What's going on, everyone? My name is Tom from Dreadlabs. Welcome to this live stream. Today it is Thursday, the 21st of August 2025, and today we're starting off the second Dreadlabs Design Challenge. So what this means is basically we have a bi-weekly design contest running on the Dreadlabs channel where you can join in. Every other week we have a new briefing, a new challenge for you to start doing more. Basically, I made up a bunch of briefings if you want to have some self-contained projects to fill up your portfolio, and you can share that in the Discord channel if you're interested. And on this Discord channel, I will also give you feedback during a live stream next week. If you send it in before that, it doesn't need to be the finished product, but in today's stream I'm going to be working on my own entry. And the winner of every design challenge is basically able to win prizes. Good explanation there. Basically, if you join in on the challenge, you have the chance to win some store credit in the Dreadlabs web store, where I sell a bunch of assets that you might be familiar with. So yeah, if you want to train yourself becoming more and more creative, and if you want to become better at design, or you just want to bring up some store credit and buy yourself some nice textures, or you want to fill up your portfolio, basically this is the way to do it, I guess. The link for all of this info is in the description down below. Just before we start, I'm going to just close up my door right behind me. So yeah, let's just switch over to my main screen right here. And what we have here is probably already, like, you kind of know what's going on. So the second challenge of this what you call it, the second briefing that we have is you gotta find out a way to bring Gundam to the West. If you're not familiar, on the right here we have Gundam, which is a Japanese mech franchise, and they basically want to come to the West. And your job is to create a collab between Gundam and something else to make it more popular in the West. And what I chose for wasn't necessarily a Western brand. What I chose for was Pokemon, since I'm a huge Pokemon nerd. And also, basically, I just wanted to see, you know, these are two Japanese brands, and I figured let's do something in a way to have them collab. And you might already know what's on screen here. What's up, Empty Monster Cans? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, we're gonna try to make a Poncho Pikachu with a Gundam Poncho, which is I'm not sure how this is gonna go, to be honest. But yeah, we'll figure something out. And that's I mentioned in the Discord earlier today that it's gonna be kind of difficult to work something like this out, especially since it's gonna be a drawing stream. So what I wanted to do is, because I'm not really an artist, I'm not really like that good at drawing, how I usually go about doing these kinds of projects for myself. So I actually have a template ready for the Pokemon stuff. I'm probably not gonna do that in this stream because it's like already there. I just want to mostly focus on the main creative part and establishing something that we can work with later, and then the rest of this, which will be done off stream, will be available on my Patreon if you're interested. But for now, let's grab this one. And what I usually try to do is, before I actually start drawing myself, is basically try to make the sketch as distinct as possible. So for example, what I would do here is basically cut out this inner parts of the Gundam mask. And while I'm doing that, let me just tell you, if you want to join in on this design challenge and you want to do something with Gundam and you don't know where to start, I actually have a folder full of scanned in Gundam assets that are available to download for free on my website. So if you go to dreadlabs.net/freebies, you will scroll down and you can see something called mech scans, and this will contain a bunch of illustrations, blueprints, and all kinds of stuff Gundam related. It's from a personal collection of plastic models, and I figured it's probably like cool to create some brutalism stuff with, for that matter. I figured I'd just upload it. Anyways, and now I'll just go with the magic wand tool and remove the white here. Let's lower the tolerance. Doesn't necessarily have to be like really detailed, but anyways, yeah, now we're just gonna like see if we can fit this mask on the Pikachu here in kind of like a certain way. And this is kind of like the way that I would like to do it. Maybe like, okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just drop one of these. Oh, the copy is already there, so I'll just hide this one and then apply this mask here. And what I would like to do now is just select the bottom part of this, like from here or something, and then remove this in the middle. Maybe it's a little bit easier to do this another way. So I'll just go to edit and then to let's do perspective warp. Actually, we'll just make a rectangle like this, and then another one here from the bottom on out. Actually, we can just move that up a lot, somewhere, just so that it covers the mask here. And then we'll change this to warp, and we'll just move this like up this way, I guess. It's not really that how'd you call it, like symmetrical anymore, but it's supposed to be like just for a sketch, you know. So yeah, we'll do something like this. This is actually now like the head is a little bit more chubby, I guess, compared to this. It's kind of cute actually. And what I might want to do is do the wings, like the expanded wings of the Gundam, for which, let me just Google the image. I actually searched for the SD Gundam because like the wings are also like kind of like cutesier, if that makes sense. Let's see. I cannot wait for this heat to be over here in the Netherlands. Like my window of my office, it's over there. It's the sun is on there after like 2, and so I basically actually have to force myself to stream like early in the morning, but then that's a time that's not really like convenient for anyone to watch in any time zone, I think. This one looks a bit more symmetrical, I guess, or maybe this. We'll do this one actually. Quality's a little bit better, no overlays, no anything. And what I'm gonna do now is just like right click here, go to percentage, and just make a guide like right in the middle of the canvas. I'll just delete half of it here. I'm gonna lower the opacity, and I'm just actually gonna remove the mask a little bit just to keep it like as clean as possible. And I think if we just go like here, wing wise, it should be like enough for the Pikachu to like stand out, I guess. So I'm just gonna cut out that part here. Actually, let me just duplicate this over to a new layer. And remove the background here. Like so. And we'll just cut out like this wing right here. And this is how we'll slowly like make sure that this this base for the sketch is ready to go. And since it's not going to be like that big of a deal in terms of what we still need to drop in, it's actually I think we're going to be good. We're going to be grand. Let me just move this outwards right here, and then this to the side. So the question is whether we want to make this smaller or not. Like, do we want to have them like the little flappy wings right here, like that? I think it makes it like a little bit more. Let me just like make a duplicate and then just mirror it to see what it looks like if we have bigger wings like this. So like this, I feel like this is, it's not really distinct on what it is anymore, if that makes sense. Maybe if we rotate it upwards a little bit and then scale it down. I think this is the way to go, to be honest. So we'll just duplicate this, select everything, and then press Ctrl T and flip this horizontally. And we'll just grab all of this Gundam stuff, and we'll just do a hue saturation like this. And I think we're also going to be doing like a little bit of contrast removal. This, and I think now we're just gonna try and get the sketch in, to be honest. Just chill for a while. If there's anyone like having a cool topic, maybe I'm kind of wondering if there's people in the chat right now and they feel like sharing something in there would be fun. I'm actually curious, what did you listen to this week? Do you have any? Did you discover like a new artist or a new band or anything? I actually recently like started listening a little bit more to some older albums of artists that I already enjoyed. So listened to Fortet's first album. I've listened to I think it's called Caveman by Viagra Boys. And then I also listened to what is it again? The second album by Caribou. I'm not sure what it's called. Some Up in Flames, I think it's called. So yeah, I'm just gonna prep my tablet real quick. I actually already had it laying out right here, but I'm just gonna check if this is like my dial, so I can just rotate while I'm sketching. That's good. I'm just gonna remove the opacity, make it like 80%. Maybe the smoothing, yeah, the smoothing at 30% is maybe a little bit too high, so we'll just do 20. And I think now the only question left is just drop in another curves here. Essentially just lowers the opacity, just makes it closer to white here, and then I can just start sketching. So yeah, the obvious things are like the Pikachu eyes, of course. Oops. And then yeah, we'll just start tracing like the Gundam lines, I guess, and see what works in there and what was it. What works in there and what doesn't. And actually, I'm gonna also change the transfer here. Put it to pen pressure, so the harder we press, the harder the more opaque our brush will be. And we'll just put this to pen pressure as well, and then just remove this spacing to 1%. And I think it's more like closer to the actual pen. Sure, don't really see the difference, but yeah. Let's zoom in and start over again, actually. A little bit difficult without layer, but let's do this. And then I think the low mask goes like this. And now it's just a matter of like chilling and tracing the lines, and it's actually nice to do like a stream for once where I like kind of like can do my own thing rather than like having to think about like difficult design decisions. Yeah, because I think it's also like part of the summer. You know, oh my god, is this like a thing? Okay. I think it's also like definitely has to do with the fact that it's so insanely hot in my office. But it's I've lately, like, although I like the design challenge, it gives me like a reason to start creating more. I kind of feel like not like live streaming that much lately. It's kind of like feeling like a job, or well, not like a job, but it's kind of like feeling like something that I have to do rather than that I actually want to do. So in the future, I want to like see if this is actually something for me or not. If I want to keep doing it or doing this in another way, while still keeping up with like the community and just designing for fun and stuff like that. So yeah, the Japanese stuff we can kind of skip, I guess, and then because I would make the card Japanese, but then again, it's supposed to be like to promote Gundam in the West. So yeah, that wouldn't make sense to keep the card Japanese, I guess. But yeah, I've seen these Poncho Pikachus being like such a huge hit in the Pokemon trading card community, so I figured like this is definitely something like that will attract like the Pokemon fans and maybe like get them also interested in Gundam, I guess. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what anyone else in the community is going to do. Like at first I wanted to do like a Gundam Nike collaboration, but then after that, later I like kind of decided against it. I'm actually gonna hide the Pikachu layer for now, so I can kind of see what the Gundam layer is all about, because I think I cut out like parts of the head. And I'm just gonna do that by making it a little bit darker. It's a bit difficult to see, right? Like what's in here. So I'm just gonna see if I can clip it, and then there we go. Now I can kind of see it better. Simply unhide, and now we can kind of see where the contours of the actual horns and stuff are. Yeah. Actually, this usually in my gunpla is like this, like ripped kind of thing going on. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. I don't really watch Gundam, but I just enjoy making the plastic models. But yeah, if I finish this in time, I actually might start printing this. Like, having done a couple of other Pokemon cards in the past, I actually printed them based on my favorite artist. I figured maybe I'll just do something like this and print it and sell it for fun if people are interested. Not sure if that's actually something that's allowed by the Pokemon company, but we'll see. We'll see if I get sued. Alright, let's remove this mask Pikachu. Then we get the wings over here. There might actually, like, I think there's supposed to be like, probably there has been like a Pokemon Gundam collaboration in Japan at some point. I'm not sure if it's actually done before, but like someone in the Discord, Mikey, actually shared like there was actually even a Gundam and Supreme collab. So if they start doing that, they have to at least have done like a Pokemon collab or something like that, right? These parts of the wings that I'm doing right now, I've done these on like the real grade Freedom Gundam, which is over there in the back in my glass case, and I swear to God, that was the most difficult part of this whole build. I think it was like getting the stickers on and they just wouldn't stick. It was the worst, the absolute worst. Okay, so here we have like kind of some freedom. I'm not really sure what kind of Pokeball all of the other ones have, the other Poncho Pikachus. So, but I'm just gonna like sketch the Pokeball here and then see what we can do. I'll do his little feet. And his little arms. Kind of like figured that out, but yeah, for now it's a sketch, I guess, right? And now, kind of need like the rest of the Poncho to be something similar to the Gundam. So let me just zoom out and see what that would be. Maybe we'd have like it like move like down a little bit. The wings. So we'll just grab this part here. Leave the Pikachu body there. And then go through here. And let's see what it would look like if we just move the whole thing down. Scale it down a little bit. I think it will work better. Like, I'm actually gonna delete this and then just sketch it over again. I'll just remove one of these wings and then. Which one was this one? Yeah. Yeah, I'll just do it like this. Then I can just use parts of the shoulder unit to become part of the Poncho, I guess. Like this. And let's do these dreaded wings over again. Oops. Just move this back a little bit so I didn't bump into my mic with my pen. I feel like this wing is a little bit more detailed than I was just sketching just now, but yeah. Should have maybe skipped a few lines or something like that. The sketch is kind of forgiving, but it's also like kind of forgiving anyway, because like if you as long as you do like straight lines in the final drawing, then Gundam usually looks well enough with the details. So I figure maybe we'll do some detail in here because it's like kind of like empty. I'll just like erase part of Pikachu's body right here. And what else do we have there in the middle? Maybe like to do the little like I don't know what they are, these things. Like this, and then maybe like the little back thruster thingies. I don't really want to put the guns on there. That feels a little bit not too Pokemon-ish, if that makes sense. Just gonna search for some reference on the back. Actually, I have the whole thing laying there behind, I think downstairs or somewhere. Back. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it has like the yeah. Okay, we should do. I'm just dropping this in Photoshop and see if we can just like kind of redraw it or something. I'll do like a rough sketch of what it would look like in the front. Where's my... Here. Yeah, the rest of this wouldn't really be visible, I guess, but... Alright, so let's see what the sketch looks like with all the reference stuff. We'll group this, call this ref. It's kind of cute. Let's do some small detailing, like seeing if we need to put in a shadow in somewhere, like here. To make the sketch feel a little bit more alive, I guess. What else? What else? Let's grab the reference, see. It's good thing that this thing is completely like symmetrical. This is supposed to be like dark blue, I think, in the end. What else? What else? Yeah, the wings as well. For the rest, I think we're good. Maybe like these funnels here, like. Like this. Sketch. Let's just make a lower opacity and then we'll see if we can do the outline of this. In terms of line width, I think, yeah, what do we have? 3 pixels, that should be good. So I'm just going to put the opacity to 100%, put the smoothing all the way up because I can draw for shit, and then... What's up, Glenn? How are you doing, man? So nice of you to pop by on your vacation. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing cool. Where on vacation are you? So I'm just gonna turn off the pressure here. I think for now, let's see. This should be good. Okay. And I think what I did wrong with the brush lens is if we maybe it's like just no, it's actually not registering my pen pressure for some reason. Should be like a way to yeah, okay, so it's registering the pressure right here. For some reason not in Photoshop. I don't know why. Let's just start doing this with, I think we don't really need like the tapering lines anyway. So we'll just go with this and then start inking this little sketch. Maybe we'll do two. You can always make it thicker. It's harder to make it thinner. Starting with one of the hardest parts because like the lines are like so weird. Anyways, in the Pokeball I'm gonna leave alone. I'm just gonna do that with a perfect circle. Shoulder unit like this. The back funnels and his little Pikachu body. It's hard to get this like right because of the symmetry, so I might just erase it and do the custom line myself. I think this is fine. We're good, we're chilling. Alright, and then here the trick is to just make a quick line to make it seem straight because of the smoothing. Here I'm just doing a little trick where I'm using the brush and then I'm just like holding shift to make a perfectly straight line. As much detail as possible early on so we can tweak like more difficult parts later. But yeah, the art is so symmetrical, which is actually really good because then it's just like really forgiving, even in terms of like where the light hits in the eyes, I guess. Let's rotate the canvas a little bit. Actually remove the undo from my quick select. I'm just going to fix that real quick. My quick keys and then question is, it doesn't do redo for some reason. I don't know why. Well, yeah, we're fine. Kind of still need to think about like the text and stuff that I want to give him. Maybe like some puns in between the Gundam and the Pokemon franchise or something. I was thinking something like Charge Beam Saber or something. I think I'm gonna also make this like perfectly circular. Later, would you like the circle tool? Because I can draw circles for some reason. I'm not SpongeBob. Thanks, Victor. I will actually leave the live stream up, and then I might have to do some stuff off stream. And I actually planned on like just releasing the full unedited process on my Patreon channel, so my patrons actually have something to look at, because I feel like I don't give them enough credit for keeping this channel alive. But yeah, this live stream will always just be like available on YouTube. Only the stuff that I just will record in private. And that's honestly mostly just like full process stuff, but not like, I don't know, if you probably understand what I mean, right? I don't want to like I don't want to give I want to show you where the design or the project is based on, and then like the actual working it out and like the smaller details, filling in the dots and stuff like that. That's or dotting the I's or whatever the saying is. I want to leave that to the Patreon channel. What's up, Credius? How are you, man? Hope you're doing well. We're not even an hour in, so you're not that late, to be honest. Now here we go, and I will just do these like little funnel lines next to the face. Which is like kind of satisfying to look at if you'd have the smoothing all the way up. Might have to look into this a little bit better, because now I'm just like kind of not knowing what I'm drawing. Well, surely we'll watch again. No worries, no worries. We're all really busy nowadays, right? Okay, now we'll just connect the little face down below. So earlier in the stream, when I like mentioned that I'm not really sure if I wanted to keep continuing doing live streams. What's really cool about it though is like, if let's say that I quit Dreadlabs at some point, and then like, I don't know, 20 years from now, I still would be able to just see myself doing this kind of stuff, because it's like fully documented on the internet somewhere. That's actually pretty cool, right? It's kind of weird, to be honest, to see yourself from 5 years ago when you were the completely different stage in your life, just chilling or something. It's for context, I'm 29 right now, but I was around 25 when I started Dreadlabs, and there's still like footage of me on this channel where I'm just like sitting in my parents' attic. I think, yeah, I'm just like live streaming from my parents' attic or something like that, which is cool. Okay, so let me just zoom out real quick, see what we have so far. Alright, alright. I think I've never done an actual drawing live stream on YouTube before, only like a logo inking thing maybe, but never actually like illustrating. It's also not something that I do that often anyway, but it's weird to have like a first on this channel after like 500 videos or something. We'll do these like smaller lines first, and then we'll just zoom out and do like the bigger ones. What's gonna be like be the most difficult for me is probably like the shading. Well, I hope that my reference material can just help guide me through it. And then we need some stuff here, right? Yeah. And we'll zoom out. Still. Oh wait, we're missing one line. And the actual horns. It's gonna be kind of hard, so I'm gonna zoom out like crazy. I might just be. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that like with straight lines, because there's no need to make these crooked. They're supposed to be like super sharp. And for this I'm just gonna hold shift, I think. Actually, might be able to do this even easier than with the line tool. I'll check that out in a second. So if I just draw between here and then just put my shit, yeah, this is what we need. Okay. Actually, that inking part made it a little bit more difficult for me to figure out where I'm drawing, but this works. I feel like this works. A weird geometry thing here, and I'm not really sure if it's something that I drew or not, so we'll just have to figure it out once we get to the coloring part and look at the reference again. But yeah, I'm actually fairly this sketch pretty sweet, even though it's like mostly traced. There's actually some interesting debate in a short that I did about this, but about the only engagement that I got on the channel this month. I had the dumbest realization ever, like when was this? I think about 2 weeks ago or something, or a week ago. I realized that the summers are usually on my channel and stuff like that, it's like a lot quieter, and I never could figure out why. And then like my girlfriend was like, you know, it's because like design students are in school right now, and they have to like they don't have to learn, so they're not in school and they're just not looking up tutorials, right? And I was like, huh, I actually never thought about that. Which is, yeah, really, really dumb. Anyways, let's just do the Pokeball here with the pixels so we can actually center this. Let's get back to the sketch. We'll just draw in a simple line from left to right. Oh. What's wrong here? All right, there we go. Oh wow, what's with the line here in the middle? When did I draw that? And also, why can I not do anything? Should probably save for now. Design briefings 2025 34. Gundam Pikachu card. Yeah, we'll call this sketch. But yeah, where's my history? Okay, this is weird. Is this an actual stroke or not? I think so, fuck. Yeah, that's what I get for tapping on there like 20 times. I'll just have to ignore it. Let's see. Still need to do this part here, so I'm just gonna do that as well, I think. rasterize this first actually. Wait. Oh, this is okay. Okay, so these are supposed to be like funnels, I think, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so they're gonna need to be like perfectly round. What's up, Mike? How you doing, mate? Thank you so much. How are you? Actually, try to do this with these shapes. And then maybe we'll draw a little line around here. And we'll just rasterize the ellipses and just remove all of that stuff that we don't need. Wait. So this is the Pokeball. I'm just gonna mesh that in with line art already. It's okay. I'm gonna have to like delete that line in the middle at some point, so I'm just gonna like rip off the band-aid and do it in a second. Oh, that's sick. You did it during a meeting. Are you? Did you have any ideas already? I can't remember actually. I think you mentioned that you had something, right? For the challenge. Now we just do the same thing. So rasterize these and then merge. Merge. Makes more sense. Shadow wise, I guess, I'm not sure. And remove this part from the sketch. What is that? How is it? Oh wait, I'm just in the wrong layer. I did make the music in the background, FC214. You can find that on my Dreadlabs music channel if you're interested. I was thinking Gundam and laser chips at one point. Ooh, that's a good one. Actually, I have a funny story about it because when I was in Japan last year, I actually I wanted to do. Let me just first search. Okay, so there's like a hole in there, so we'll just do like a. So I was in Japan last year, and I like reclaimed my love for trading cards, and at some point I was in like a 7-Eleven or something, and I just saw like something that looked like a pack of trading cards, but with Gundams on them, and I was like, oh, I need to get this. I obviously couldn't read what was on the pack, and it was like stored next to an actual like Gunpla kit, because in some Walmart or in some 7-Elevens in Japan they just sell Gunpla in the store. And yeah, what the funny part is, like, I just bought it because it looked like a pack, I guess, and then I brought it home, and I figured, like, do I want to open it now, or should I say wait until I'm like back home in the Netherlands? And I couldn't wait, and I opened it, and it was like literally And there actually was a card there actually was a card displayed on the packaging, and then I opened it, and then there was like a giant like chip in there, it was like this big, and it was just one like wafer chip kind of thing, and then there was one card in there, which was one of the human characters in like one of the series, and I've never been more disappointed in my life. Wait, I'm just gonna see if I can find it. Gundam crackers. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. So you see the cards on the display, and there's Bandai on there, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get like one of these sick trading cards, right? And maybe if I open it, look on it, and we can actually see if there's what the snack looks like. So, yeah, and it's like this. It was super dry. It was just like one crisp basically. And I got a really boring card as well. And this is way too over. This is like 10 times the price that I paid for it. I think I paid like maybe like 200 yen or something. This don't buy this, but them. Yeah, they got me good with that. So maybe I should do like a food collab as well, if this doesn't work out. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove the symmetry line and then just make a really subtle selection, like it's the 4 or 2 pixels. It's just 3 pixels in the middle. And just delete it, and then I'll just draw out like the rest of the line. Gonna get this fixed, and now it's not 100% symmetrical anymore, but I don't care. Even if we end up seeing it in the end result, I'm just gonna fix it, of course, but yeah, it definitely happened when I was clicking shift and drawing like the straight lines, for sure. Let's remove the sketch and see what it looks like. It's a bit wonky in some places, but to be honest, I'm quite happy with it. Now we need like a good background, I guess. I need one more line actually. I'm not sure if it's in the sketch or not, but I think it's gonna be better if I just grab here. Feels like it adds more like that edge or something like that. Yeah, now what's this? Okay, so this is the line art. Save it up. Another eerie background music in other live streams. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Yeah, I think you mean this one. I think you mean maybe this one? Or it's one of these two. Oh yeah, it was the other one. Yeah, I like how we called it lush ambient, and it's like super uncomfortable, like eerie, like you said. Yeah, but let me know which one you prefer, and I'll just drop it in the background, so you have the music choice today. Okay, so I'll just lock this layer. Quick selections of the background. Not sure what we're gonna do with the background color, but I'm just gonna do it like this. And actually, I'm gonna group this color. We don't need this to be in a group. Yeah, like this. Sorry, I'm talking to myself and it doesn't make sense. And I'm gonna turn all of the colors to the multiply layer. And if we want to fix this, actually, I'm gonna try to do that with. Why can I not zoom in? Let me go back to the selection tool. Is this just like a lot louder to me, or this one's cool too? Let's see if we can go there with the minimum filter. Oh, sorry, maximum filter. I always forget which one does what. So it's like a trial and error kind of thing. Maybe some, yeah, like some extra parts may need to have some manual editing. Oh wait, lost your symmetry. And with the smoothing off, we can actually draw and color a lot better, a lot quicker. And I think, yeah, other than some like small details. How? Wait. Why is this happening? Let's just remove it. Okay, let's continue along the edge, see if we missed anything. Oops, wrong color. I think, yeah, other than some obvious places where it will be in these like corners where it's like a negative degree, it's always the selection tool always has like a hard time finding that edge. How? Oh wait, no, I just skipped these. Let me just fix that real quick. I'm just gonna leave these out for now. Actually, I'm not sure if we. Maybe I just want to have like a green hollow glitter thingy on there. These I have to fix. These I have to fix. Kind of like makes it obvious that these are like connected later, but we'll figure out something. Maybe I just like vectorize this whole thing. We'll see. Maybe it doesn't like show up on the end result. Anyways, we'll call this background, and let's just move that to like a cool sky bluish color. And then we'll do the Pikachu yellow. Yeah, let's sample yellow here. And we'll select the Pika parts that are supposed to be yellow. I think this is it. And let's repeat that minimum or maximum filter. Alright, good to go. I think the Pokeball will do something with the colors because it's kind of like similar to the Pokeball color. Kinda, I guess. I'm not sure. Wait, which is the right colorway? Because I see red here. And here it's gray. And I'm just gonna actually grab, it's probably like a different one. We'll just use this one as a reference. Details now. And what brings us there? It's this part, this part. Here in the mask, it's kind of hard to figure out actually. It's the middle triangle, so I'm just gonna make a new selection for that. So we don't have to worry about the details in the mask because it's not there. We'll do the top part of the Pokeball then. And that's it, I think. Alright. The funnel thingies, we'll make those gray. Like the dark gray parts. Are kind of like difficult to see. Oh, here we have a nice shot. So the bottom parts of the wings and the top parts here. I kind of guess like the back of the, yeah, this part. Like a bluish gray, I guess. Let's see if we need to make any adjustments. I think here in the corner. And this top part here needs to be like filled in as well. Some darker details for the inner parts of those, the shadow. I actually thought about like one more yellow part, like maybe these parts here. It's getting dark in here. Let me just put on the light. Actually gonna like talk without my headphones on, which you're not gonna notice anything, but it's more for me because I can hear the music, but like my earphones are kind of like starting to hurt my ears a little bit. So let me just put those off while I fill in these details here. Any other parts of the mask maybe? Oh, this part here. So I actually gonna just first, before I continue, I'm gonna add some extra line art because I feel like I've missed a couple of things. Mainly like this, like separating some parts where. Is like the colors get decided by the separation of the lines, for example. Like you can see shading in there, yeah, but like the lines, for example, this darker or the red part is always separated at some point in the illustration with a line art, as you can see. I think there's never any fades, if that makes sense, which is of course logical because it's like a cartoon or anime or whatever you want to call it, but this middle part of the mask. What was oh yeah, I just gonna like to connect this as well. Like this, and then I think I'm gonna also like let me see if I can just fix some of these anti-aliasing mistakes. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna like sit on too many details. I want to make as much progress as possible and fix the rest for like the unedited Patreon stream thingies. Alright, for this reverse that, and with this selected, fix that. And I'm gonna do the same for which part was again? Okay, yeah, this. I'm actually gonna color that in manually, looking at it now. And we of course need to have this middle horn. I think it's supposed to be yellow, right? Yeah. I'm not sure if I have everything now. I think so. And let me just reselect it. Actually, I'm gonna expand this selection. Saves so much time to color like this rather than like doing it manually. Although I feel like sometimes when I just want to zone out on something, like on a creative project, I usually just color everything in manually just to spend some time chilling, if that makes sense. Let's remove the smoothing again. I actually had one point where I actually even it was a symmetrical drawing, but I just turned off the symmetry also to add like a little bit more authenticity on the line art so that you wouldn't see that it's symmetrical, but at the same time, I mean, it was also just to, I guess, you know, zone out and spend a little bit more time on a drawing so you can just get into like this state of flow and, you know, have a good time drawing rather than saving time and just get to the end result. Alright, there we go. What are these like little marks on here? What are they supposed to be? Oh, they're gold as well. And if that makes sense, then I'm just gonna go back to the line art and separate them. Then we'll do the slight gray whitish file last, I think. Let's do the blue first. So I think, oh wait, we missed another yellow part. this is all supposed to be blue. Right? Yeah. Wait, no, that's a red detail actually, that's the last part. Yeah, for the rest we're chilling with the blues. Drop in all of these and make them dabba dee dabba die. We'll dabba dee dabba die them. The shoulder units make no sense at all right now actually, but I think it's also like kind of cute, it's kind of wonky. And let's maximize it and fill in the details. We're getting some. I wasn't expecting that we're gonna get this far in the stream, to be honest. I figured I would just like pass out of the heat within the hour, or over an hour in already, and we've actually made quite some progress. Like I didn't imagine that we would get past the sketching, to be honest. But I'm not complaining. It's also the better for you guys, right? The more that you can see of the process, the better. Alright. Oh yeah, there's some blue for the middle. Is it supposed to be blue? Yeah, okay. Whoa, no. Where did that yellow come from? Okay. Need to be more careful when I press enter. And I don't like this, but that's just my OCD, I guess. It's kind of like a horrifying picture looking at this like empty eye socketed Pikachu. Watch me like fix this and then see that there's like another color also like with like a giant stripe right behind it. Oh, luckily not. Okay, when where were we? We were here with the blue parts here, I guess. I see a little spot here in the wing that I think needs to be fixed. Not not like that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Actually, for display, I think I'm gonna also like do a 3D card of this, just to get my point across a little bit better. Maybe even do like a slab for it, but we'll see. Let's see like how there's actually quite some fade in between there. Shadows, so I need to take that into account when we get to it. Do we need another color is the question. Only like a black, but I'm thinking of doing that in the line art actually, and then the funnels are, I think, yeah, there's silver in here, but they're gold in here, so I think just for the sake of variation, I'll just do them like in a gold color as well. I might actually duplicate the line art over this after, so the lines are actually a little bit less dependent on the anti-aliasing, I think. And in terms of the background, I need to figure out something interesting with the background. I actually don't like the background of this card, so I might just go and see what the background arts are like on the Gundam boxes. I have quite some references of those like laying upstairs, so that should be good. Was that a fucking cat outside? I'm not sure. Okay, then we'll do like a really light gray, like this, and let's select everything. I'll just do that manually. As well, I think it's kind of hard to see. Yeah. Alright, I kind of like overdid it, and I was just gonna like erase the outline around it. I think that's maybe even like an easier way, because there's so many like I'm just gonna do the other way around basically, in terms of fixing the crevices and like the small corners. I figured out like the holographic parts of the card. I think I want to leave those to like where the shiny parts on the Gundam itself will be. So perhaps like only make like the Gundam itself like holographic a little bit more, since it's supposed to be like metal. Maybe even do like a custom colored holo on like some of the yellow parts. I want to really make this like a collector's item, if you know what I mean. You know, the kind of thing that scalpers would just immediately like fight other little kids over in order to get for themselves and resell at a higher value because they have no life. That kind of stuff. Brush size here to get in this little corner, and then go back outside again. Yeah, there we go. Yep. actually don't have that much to say, to be honest. Like the stream's kind of quiet, but that's cool. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to talk about, you know. Like sometimes you just want to like create and shut up, I guess. That's why I think the streaming thing is just not for me. So maybe I might just like move it to the Discord or something, so I could just interact with other people directly there or something. Maybe that's a good idea, I'm not sure. And then I can just edit that into like a video or something, so that it's not like live stream content on the YouTube, but rather like a full-on video that's cut into like highlights or something like that. I'm not sure. We'll keep experimenting with like what works for me and what doesn't. Like the most important part for me is obviously like just getting to create cool stuff rather than just getting the content out. Tutorials will be coming anyways for now. I have some ready. I think my tutorials are ready until like November or something. Maybe December, like some. Shout out to my interns Camille and Eve helping me out with that, because they've been a huge help on making sure that we get like as many videos ready as possible before the next school year starts and design students are gonna hopefully look up the channel again. I think we're nearly there with cleaning this gray area up, right? Don't want to skip ahead, but keep bumping into my mic. Here we're chilling, I think. Yeah, and while we're at it, I think this also works just for it just works with the normal Pokeball design. And as long as we like add shading and everything, but like the base colors, like they kind of like go well together actually. The primary yellow and stuff like that. Or the black, or is it the primary red, yellow? I'm not sure. They look very primary, at least the colors. That's what I'm saying. Something wacky going on. Not sure what, but I think it's just like not following the line. Oh wait, I'm actually erasing stuff. Let me just see what it looks like in the mask. Ah, we need to fill this part in. That's the problem. Did I do that here? No, I don't think so. I'll just like fix it in while I'm drawing. This is an ugly mask. Not sure if I actually need to. Do you see the difference here? No, that's just fine. I think I already did this middle part, right? Yeah. Okay. We're getting getting somewhere. We definitely need to have that like depth in the eyes that Pikachu has there as well. We'll get to that, I think, in the shading and the highlights part though. You just duplicate the line art and drop it over there and then see. Yeah, this is a lot better. I think it's not even 100% opaque. Although I did like kind of like, I thought at least that I did it the right way. Anyways, we'll just maybe like lower the opacity by 50%. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yo, I'm just seeing all of your messages now, Mike. I'm not sure if that's like something on my end, or you just like dropped all of those comments in one go. That's also possible. But thank you, man. Thanks. They all jumped onto the screen like in one go. Yeah. I'm thinking of like. I'm kind of okay with this. I think you guys know like the shading. It's not like that gonna be. Hey, it's gonna be like not the most interesting thing, you know, if that makes sense. So I figure I'm just gonna like do the rest of it like in like off screen. Maybe I'll do another live stream in the Discord. I'm not sure. Depends on like the time that I have and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna edit off right here and just like chill because it's definitely getting hot in here now. I think it's like a month left and then it starts to cool down again here. So really happy about that. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me just pop back over so you can actually see what we've been making today. Just turn off the references like that and save this up. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in and having me yap at you while you're basically doing something, I think, and I'll just be in the background yapping while I'm designing. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what you can come up with. Let me just go and actually to dreadlabs.net/briefings, which is where you need to go if you want to join in on the challenge. As you can see, we have the overview right here, a button to have you join the Discord, and we did this one. We just finished this last 2 weeks. This one is this week and next week, and then after there we got some more. So if you go to Bring Gundam to the West, which is the current challenge that I've been working on this stream, I'll just read it out loud for you. Japanese mech-based media franchise Gundam wants to become more well-known in the West and is asking for your advice. They want to do a collaboration with an interesting Western brand. I just fucked this up, I realized, because Pokemon is definitely not a Western brand, but that's my bad. Already failing my own design challenge, but yeah. I just wanted to mention here, it's okay if you just like read a little bit in between the lines. The most important part about this is that you have the inspiration to create something cool that you like yourself, that you can maybe put on your portfolio, rather than just like making the challenge, if that makes sense. Anyways, it can be a clothing collaboration to give you an idea. It can be any brand basically. With whom should Gundam collab, and what is it that they should release? Show us your concept art and bonus point for a short case study, and you can use the Max Scans free pack for this if you like. And so if I click on this, this will bring us to the free downloads. Pokemon's Gundam West, yeah, okay. This is the Max Scans, by the way, and it contains a bunch of cool stuff that you can use for free. Just remember that it's not like copyright free, but this contains a bunch of blueprints like these ones that you might be able to use if you like it. Could maybe use for some really sick merchandise or something like that. It also contains illustrations, both like flat illustrations. These are 40 years old, I just realized. These illustrations, these are from 1985. Picked this up in Japan, this one as well. But yeah, this also has like some like cool watercolor style illustrations as well as the box art, and you know, dope stuff you can actually use if you want to. I also even cut out a couple of photos from like the booklets, which are pretty sick as well. So yeah, they are really lo-fi as you can see, because like the pictures in reality are like thumbnail, literally like my thumbnail. And yeah, awesome. Mike will also throw in some Gundam stuff to get you inspired. But since this can be as well like the main idea of these challenges is that you have to add in something of your own to make it like your own thing. You know, this here it was for your favorite artist, so everyone had definitely like a different favorite artist. Here it's collaboration between two other things. In this one, it's mostly gonna be like based around like a more specific thing, but I just want to see what else you can make with, you know, a wide variety of briefings and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to join in, go in the description down below, go to dreadlabs.net/briefings, and if you want to showcase your work, you can do it on the Discord server. The link for that will also be in the description down below, and it's also on the website right here. And if you do that before next week on Thursday, I will be doing a little design review stream. So if you want some feedback on your work, just drop in your designs in there, and I will just give it live feedback on stream. And if you cannot make it, you can also just watch it back later and see what I advice I gave you, I guess. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. I certainly did, and I felt very inspired and creative, and I hope you will too. With all that being said, this is Tom from Dreadlabs tuning out. I hope you have a nice evening or morning, wherever you're streaming this from, I guess. Yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.